Thanks.
Hey Trent.
Hey Trevor, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Doing good.
Yeah, we meet today on this actually beautiful day. It's not too hot.
Beautiful.
Outside.
I know, right?
Downtown Orlando.
Yep, just changing location. I mean, we're still at the office here.
Yeah. And if the camera can kind of pick it up, we got the Kia Center down there.
Yeah.
That's where the Orlando play. It's called the Kia Center right now.
Yeah?
In the future, it might be.
It.
Who knows?
Mpire Center.
Yeah, who knows? Could be in the future, right?
Could be.
I mean, it would be a goal of mine if I was the owner of Empire.
Yeah. Well, that's actually why, John's office is going to be over there, because he wants a view of it, because he wants to see it every day so he can manifest buying a sports team. It's the next big goal.
Yeah, you got to have something to work towards.
Yep.
We were talking about this before because the CEO of UWM, he owns the Phoenix Suns, Matt Ishbia.
Yeah, he owns the Phoenix Suns. So I heard, though, that after he took ownership, they started declining.
They have been doing so well.
Yeah.
And Booker, their best player, he kept getting injured right after Matt Ishbia bought it. I don't know if that's bad juju.
Maybe it's an underwriting issue.
Yeah, could be. So, but I really like this setup. We got the Church Street Market down there. Obviously, these are condos over here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is? Are those condos?
No.
They don't have balconies, so it would lead me to believe that that's some sort of office building. But
yeah, I think it's office building with space and all that. But
I feel like when there's lack of outdoor space, it tends to be more business oriented. And then when it's like that, when you have a whole bunch of condos and balconies, it just feels more like a condo thing. And from here up here, we're on the 20th floor. You can actually really see the different there's a resort pool over there for that condo complex. It's just really neat.
Yeah, it's cool. You got the rooftop seating area, which looks really nice. I see a couple people using it, looks like, but
yeah, and
it's really cool.
Yeah, and then you can see the top floors are obviously more grand than the rest.
Right.
The outdoor terrace is just really
a little extra special. The windows are a little bit better on it,
Yeah, and hopefully the sound comes in just fine.
Yeah.
This is Orlando though, so it's kind of it's nice to be immersed in it, or
get a little background noise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to kind of mix it up too, I feel like, because we have a lot of times where we were filming in our podcast studio at the Maitland office, but now we've had to transition away a little bit from it just because it's just hard to go there, do the podcast, get started with the day. You just feel like you're behind the eight ball a little bit.
Yeah.
When it comes to it. So
it's fun to go over there. I like the studio over there. But we're in like you said, we're transitioning, and I feel like we should be embracing the transition.
Exactly.
So that's what we're doing. This is the kind of in between the podcast and then the new studio, whenever that'll happen.
Yeah, it's gonna have a nice little setup. We'll get our screens. It's a little hard to project our loans to listings.
I could always edit it and put it in the video, just that. But I could even just put a fake TV right there. But why would I do that? Why would I take away from this?
Right.
The actual screen. This is actually real life.
Yeah. You don't need to fake any Zoom screens. Look at me, I'm at the San Francisco Bridge. For this call.
We'd be really, we're really far away from the San Francisco Bridge.
But I the presets, the Golden Gate Bridge is the preset, backgrounds on Zoom.
Yeah, it is.
You can be in space, you can be in San Francisco. What do you want to do?
Yeah, that is interesting. It's, what I kind of dislike when Disney World at Epcot Center, they have, what's that one where you fly around the world? You know what I'm talking about, the ride. And soaring. It's called soaring. And sometimes they have soaring around the world, and most of the time they do. And you're flying around, you go through Egypt, you go through China, the Great Wall, you go through Las Vegas, maybe Vegas, I don't remember. But sometimes they have soaring through California, and they still play it here. And I don't like soaring through California when I'm in the middle of Florida. I'm just like, can't we have a soaring through Florida?
We could. We should be more like lakes and
Yeah.
all that.
Oh, we're getting real police chases going on
Real
here.
police chases. There's some action going on down there.
Yeah, it's actually a fire truck, so hopefully it's not a fire in this building.
No, they're across the street. We're good.
That totally threw me off. I forgot what we were talking about.
Soaring through.
So Florida. Why wouldn't they have soaring through like Orlando or soaring through Florida and stuff? It kind of drives me nuts because the last time we went to Epcot Center, it was soaring through California, and I was just like,
yeah, but now you don't have to fly over there. You can just soar through California and see it that way.
yeah, I would prefer not to. Like, I don't know. I did that I thought it was neat when I did it at Disneyland because I thought that's all they did was soaring through California. You go to Disneyland, you go soaring through California. And then I thought they came out with soaring through the world for obviously Disney World.
Right.
But I was wrong because last time I went there, they had soaring through California, and I was like,
I gotcha.
yeah, I was really thrown. It's not as cool.
Wait in line for that, and you're like, well, wait in line for this?
Yeah, let's go again. Because you can always do soaring twice because it's such a quick ride that usually we go 2 times in a row. We're just like, let's just hit it twice because it's like 10, 15 minute wait, and it's probably one of the best rides.
Okay.
At Epcot. Do you think?
I don't know. I didn't check it out last time I was there. I'll have to do it on the next trip over.
Really?
Yeah. I'll put it on the list.
When was the last time you went to Disney? To Epcot Center?
Epcot was, I guess it wasn't last year. My wife and I were actually talking about this because we were recently at Hollywood Studios this recent weekend. And we were talking about it, we went on these dates to Epcot and this date to Animal Kingdom, but we actually missed a year going to Disney. We're like, we don't know why. Time just does funny things. You're like, you didn't realize it.
It is interesting. People are always like, well, you live down there, so you probably go all the time. It's like, nah, not really.
Not really.
For one, it loses its magic, and the kids stop wanting to go. So when we first moved here, we were buying passes, and it was great. But we did find we went to Hollywood Studios more often.
Yeah.
And we went to Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Because we like the Avatar and we like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, those two, we like the Star Wars, but Animal Kingdom is usually less time with the exception of Avatar. The rides aren't as long.
Right.
Magic Kingdom is the worst.
Yeah. I actually got spoiled when I was a teenager because we did a trip the October after 9/11. Oh. So.
But that was dead.
Yeah. Literally, you talk about short lines. We do the the log one.
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Splash Mountain.
Mountain.
But it got changed this year.
Oh,
it's something else.
Oh.
Yeah, I forget what it is.
I'll have to figure it out when I'm there next time. Yeah, literally, because the lines were so short, we'd get there, and then they'd be like, do you want to go again? Don't even have to get out of the log. Do you want to go again? So we went back to back and a couple of times, or we'd go to Space Mountain. At the time, it was you would press a button, you'd get a special ticket for the Fast Pass, and be come back within an hour. We'd go through the line and then wait, 10 minutes, because that one was still really popular, so enough people were going to it. And then we'd go back around again and then go use the Fast Pass, ride it 3 times in an hour,
Yeah. I don't know what's more memorable, times like that, because we've had times like that where it's just wow, we can just hit so many rides and we're just hitting everything.
Yeah.
And then we've had times where we had one time at Hollywood Studio where every time we get into a line that it would break down. We literally rode on 3 rides that entire day. It was, I've never been so frustrated and mad in my entire life. And it was kind of sucked because my brother-in-law, who was just visiting us, we're just buy one ticket, we'll go to Hollywood Studios, it'll be a blast. And
yeah.
So he went, and it was horrible. It
did not work as advertised.
No, it was. I kind of felt embarrassed because I took him to it. I had him spend $125.
Yeah,
and then it turned out to be one of the worst. the worst trip we've ever had there. Everything was breaking down. We couldn't get in a line without it being extended or getting canceled. We finally got on the Star Wars ride, and it took like 3 hours to get on the ride.
Yeah.
And we get a minute or two into it and it breaks down. And so they're like, well, you can have fast passes, but we don't think this ride's going to be going again, So I was like, okay, well, can we use it on some of the other, good rides? And they're like, you can only use it on a few rides, a select few. And they weren't even any of the good rides. So we ended up like using it on the Aerosmith ride. And we get there and like literally we're about to get on and it breaks down. So it's like, we're like, and so we got another fast pass.
We promise this is great.
Yeah. We got another fast pass. And luckily, so the Star Wars is over here and the Aerosmith is over here. You couldn't be further away.
Yeah.
But luckily they were like, okay, the Star Wars one's opened it up and you can use it on that. But by the time we get back over there, we still had another 45 minute to an hour wait just because everybody got to use their fast pass on there.
Yeah.
And so it was just one of those trips. I mean, I was super frustrated, man. Days after, I couldn't help but to laugh. Because
you just look back and you're like, it was an experience. We'll remember it forever, and it's great.
Yeah, and part of it too is it was this time of year, and so for anybody that doesn't know about Florida, is we get storms every day basically in the afternoon during hurricane season. Yeah, basically from July, August, September, October, maybe even through November, depending on the year.
Right.
And so if you're not ready, and actually there's really no way to be ready, but it will hit you. And so it was one of those time of years where we got dumped on. So we were soaking wet. It was kind of miserable. Yeah. It just was one of those days.
Like, wow, this is my life now.
Yeah. I'm like, this is Florida. So,
Yep. Yeah, well, because you never know. Like, that was like when we were there this weekend, like my wife and her family were all sitting in like this one, like with the Star Wars like marketplace. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do now? Well, it's going to rain. I'm like, okay, you guys going to sit here and wait for the rain, kind of thing? And then they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go do this ride. And then, like, I don't know how much it rained or not, because it was projected on the thing. If you went by the weather app, you might as well have been hiding for a while. But I'm like, I'll just go do this if you guys want to just sit here. You know?
So, speaking of which, if you think there's rain, there's certain rides you don't want to ride. So, like at Epcot Center, they got that racetrack.
Yeah.
That will shut down during the rain. So there's certain rides, outdoor rides, that will shut down during the rain. So if you're waiting in those lines, you might get screwed over. Right.
Or like the way I was thinking about too, I was looking at it because we were using like the Disney app. It tells you like the approximate wait time. So I was like, well, let's go ahead and do this. I didn't know it was the Rise of the Resistance ride. I didn't know it was more like inside. I was like, maybe it'll be covered and it'll be fine. And then it was. So it was good.
Exactly.
So like, didn't have any risk of rain on that,
Yeah. That is, so you have to know the tricks of the trade. The other thing too is like that we do a lot is if a very popular ride breaks down, as soon as it breaks down, we start heading towards that ride because everybody dissipates. It's usually only broken down for about an hour. We'll plan on like either eating something over there or doing something over there or hitting another ride. A lot of times what we'll do, so with the Epcot Center, which I didn't finish my story, but Epcot Center is our favorite park now.
Okay, it's your favorite one?
It has the best rides, in my opinion. And then it has the best food. The only problem with Epcot Center is there's excessive amounts of walking because
there's a lake in the middle.
Yeah, and there's only one crisscross through on that one portion. Other than that, you're walking all the way around.
Or you take the boat across.
Which will take forever.
Yeah.
So, but the Ratatouille ride always breaks down. So, but it's my favorite ride there. Okay. It's one of them there. One of my favorite rides there. Have you ridden that one?
I haven't ridden that one, but my brother-in-law and my wife's parents, they rode it. And when they queued up, it said it would be about an hour, hour and a half wait. They were gone for 3.5 hours in that line. Yeah.
So I never go to that line or go to that ride when it's just waiting because that one's the same as the Frozen one. And the problem with the Frozen one is you get to see the fast pass, the lightning lane people go by you and you get to see their lane. And so you get to see how many more people go, they let in front of you than the normal line. And then, so whenever it says an hour and a half, it actually ends up being like 2 to 2.5, 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So Frozen and Ratatouille, those are 2 rides at Epcot that we just won't stand in line for unless we hit a specific time. Frozen, you either got to hit it super early or super late, or when it breaks down, you got to head down that way.
Gotcha.
So same with Ratatouille. And so Ratatouille, I don't know how many times, but it breaks down every time we're there. And so as soon as it breaks down, we'll head over there and we'll get within the line and we'll be on the ride within 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, and
that's a good trick.
Yeah. And there's 2 kind of like theater type things over there. One's Beauty and the Beast and one's another one, I forget. And so you can hop into those things. And then we've left in the middle. We've been like, oh, Ratatouille's up. And we left in the middle of the Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. And we went, and it's just right around the corner, and we go in, boom. So, and then we get our Ratatouille ride in. And sometimes you can ride the Ratatouille and then get back in line for only like a 30-minute wait before everybody, because it's on the because it's on the far end. So by the time everybody realizes on their apps that it's up and going now, the shift is on. Like people are heading that way, but it takes time.
Yeah.
So,
now, have you ever done the thing where like you get to the theme park right when it opens, you run straight for like whatever you want to do for the day, like the Ratatouille?
Yes. I got 2 things on that. So sometimes it's super beneficial, but now the Disney parks allow the resorts to go in a half hour or hour beforehand. Yeah. And they stopped that for a while, but now they're trying to promote the resorts again, so the resorts get special treatment. So if you stay at the one of the resorts, you can get in like an hour early on one of your parks visits. And so the only problem with that is all those people tend to go to those same rides. So like at Animal Kingdom, they all go to the Avatar ride. You know? So that's the only thing. But I've still noticed that it's a shorter, so you could choose. If you get in super early, you can either ride 2 short rides really quickly, or you can do one longer ride with about half the amount of time. So instead of an hour and a half, it'd be 45 minutes. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, but you do get something for going there early and sprint into your location. Sometimes you got to elbow a few kids. Yeah. Get out of the way, and they're always speaking French, and you're like, I don't even feel bad because I don't know what you just said.
I don't know something like that.
Because they could have just cursed me out, and I don't know.
They probably did.
I mean, I would say, if somebody elbowed me in that, I'd probably curse them out.
Yeah, big bully American come through, help me just to get to Ratatouille.
Yeah. There are, even as locals, those are things you got to think about, because when you're not a local, so now instead of buying the passes, what we tend to do is buy something like right now, like about a month ago, they offered, you can get 4 passes for the price of like 2
$60
or something like that. It's like $60.
Yep, for being a Florida resident.
Yeah. So, but you have to use them by the end of September, and you can use those 4 passes for any park. You can choose, but you have a time limit. So those are the best time for us to buy, because it's $60 a person, versus whatever. And then the passes, I just feel like at a certain point you don't get enough of it.
Enough value out of it.
Yeah. My wife and I kind of did, because we would use the passes as like date night. Yeah. So like one of our favorite things was the restaurants are fairly inexpensive for how nice they are. And so like Epcot Center, you got a ton of restaurants. Magic Kingdom's one of the best, like one of the most underrated for how nice the restaurants are.
Okay.
Our favorite date night is at the Beast's Mansion. Have you ever done that?
No.
Super cool.
I'll go check it out.
Yeah, so you can go late, and if you hit like an 8:30 time, the park closes at 9.
Yeah.
And you'll eat in the restaurant and stuff, and it's just the whole ambiance of the Beast Castle and everything. The Beast's in there. But when you leave, the park's closed. So not only do you not have the struggle of drive-in and stuff, but if you've never been to the Magic Kingdom when nobody's there, it's extra magical.
Like, it's quiet. It's your own space.
And there's security there. They're not really ushering you out. They're making sure you don't go wander the park and whatnot. Right. But you can just kind of hang out at the castle, get some really neat pictures, walk through slowly through the kind of the marketplace and stuff, get some really nice pictures when nobody's there.
Yeah.
It's really neat. So that's one of the benefits of the passes is you don't feel bad for just going there for a couple hours. And the meal is literally like, I think it was like $50 a person, which I know everybody's saying that's a decent amount of money, but that comes with, you know, the super salad. It comes with your entree, and then it comes with a dessert, and the whole ambiance and everything in between there. It's just like, man, it just doesn't
for the night.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that much money,
right?
When you're really thinking of a nice date night, you know, and it's got just that magical feeling. So yeah, there's that place, and there's actually a bunch of places in Epcot where they have the aquarium place where you go into and they have the huge aquarium wall, and for whatever reason, it's very romantic in that place. Dim kind of lights, but you have the giant aquarium, a lot to look at. Really neat. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah. Anyways, things to consider if you do end up getting passes.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I suggest you do, so you feel like you get your money's worth with the pass. Otherwise, it's too much like going too often and battling the crowds. And when people come in from out of town, they buy the lightning lane passes. You know, they're only going to be here for a week. They only got 4 visits.
Right.
They're willing to spend the extra $50 a day to get through that many more lines and
maximize it.
Yeah. And when you live here or you just have passes or whatever, it's difficult to buy that lightning lane stuff.
I think so, but like we were almost considering it on the recent trip just because I look at it from a time versus money point of view. Because I'm like, well, if it was $32 a person and, you know, I could get through things much faster, I'm like, that's $10, you know, a ride. If I'm saving like almost like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the ride, I'm like $10 an hour, like make more than $10 an hour, you know? So you're like 14 rides versus 9 rides, you know, and you're like, yeah, it's worth it to pay that little bit extra to get that many more rides in. Right, you could get the extra rides in, or the more you can look at it this way too, like because we have Arjun who's 2 and he can't ride the rides, and so it's like he's basically stuck with the grandparents. So getting back to him faster to explore more of the park, or or just not having to just stand and wait in line.
Yeah, I will say so. With Disney World, they do a pretty good job of the lines being interactive and cool looking. Disneyland, you go there, it's like
the queue.
Yeah. And there's nothing to look at, and you're crammed in with people, and it's not fun at all. Yeah. It's super hot. So I guess this maybe was the Disney episode.
The Disney episode.
So, yeah. We tend to talk about Universal sometimes because of, MortgageCon.
MortgageCon. That's coming. Yeah.
And I tend to go more to Universal. It seems more affordable. I don't know. It seems like more places do that. Like our church tends to go to Universal over Disney. The kids' school goes to Universal over Disney. MortgageCon is Universal over Disney.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they get better breaks at Universal. I don't know.
It could be. Maybe it's easier to get in. Maybe there's less red tape because we've kind of talked about it previously. That's true. For advertising for MortgageCon, even at like Universal, there's only certain things you can say about trying to get people to come and like about the event itself, because Universal has such a tight knit thing on like it. Plus, we're doing it in the the Wizarding World of Harry Potter like this year, so like you have to be careful about that because J.K. Rowling, the author, like she wants to make sure that her brand is protected. So, which is good for any brand, right?
True.
But very protected, so it's you have to be careful what you say and how you're advertising it, Can't be promising we're all going to be riding around on broomsticks catching snitches at MortgageCon, but it'll be spectacular.
It seems like Disney would be the same way, though. Like, it seems like they're pretty closed off. Like, they don't want their stuff used for stuff that they don't approve of. Oh, yeah. What is that? You feel that water?
I think there's some like water like up top or something.
Somebody's watering some plants.
Watering some plants. Andy?
Water in my head.
Yeah.
It felt pretty good. I was like, what is that? It's blowing on me. So I don't know. I guess we can end here. We didn't talk a whole lot about homes and lending and whatnot, but I think this was a good episode about Florida. I
think it was good. Yeah.
Orlando.
the locals' experience of Disney.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So I appreciate it,
All
Trent.
right, absolutely. Thank
All
you.
right. See you guys next
See you
time.
next one.